Hi, I'm Gin Hammond, and I teach professionals and students who need support in voice, whether it's public speaking or acting, gaining, losing accents or dialects, dealing with vocal health issues. I'm here for it. I am so excited to tell you about PEM, which I already used recently on a film where there was all of this extreme stuff happening, and I was just able to leave that set feeling happy-go-lucky and not feeling like I drudged up all of this trauma. Um, so PEM stands for the Perdekamp Emotional Method. And it started in Germany and it's been taught throughout Australia. There are PEM workout groups in LA and New York already. I'm helping to start one here in the Seattle area. And it is a way using bioelectricity, as opposed to previous trauma, to get into and out of extreme emotions. And then once you learn that, you learn how to modulate it. So maybe you're not doing an extreme emotion, but it needs to be a distinct emotion that is captured subtly, say, in a close-up, right? Or just felt from stage all the way to the back of the house. So with PEM, you heighten your awareness of bioelectricity. And it can start with something as simple as, hey, do I feel some heat if I hold my hands together this much? And does it feel different if I take my hand away? Does it feel like something shifted if I put my hand there? If you can't feel anything there, you can do the same sort of thing with your cheek, which is super sensitive. And then you start to apply that to the organs. And you learn a few other things too along the way. So, for example, let's say your bioelectric hand. And remember, you track heart movement health with electricity, MRIs, CAT scans, all of that. That's measuring the electricity, right? So let's say you bring that to your liver and you let that energy from the liver, which has to do with aggression, build and build and build. And you send that up and you send it to something called the point behind the eyes. And then you allow that aggression. It's not socially acceptable to allow aggression, but you allow that aggression. And maybe you influence your mask a little bit and how you create this sense of aggression. And maybe you dial it back and just make it kind of subtle. But you play with that sort of thing. And we have the five basics. We have the aggression, happiness at the heart. We have revulsion. We have grief. We have lust. We have fear. Imagine those like the primary colors. And then, like the primary colors, you can mix them and create other, purple and orange emotions, if you will, so that you can go into it, go out of it. And the recovery system for getting into and out of these emotions is really fast and simple. I was asked to be a bad student when somebody was learning how to teach, and I was told to have a panic attack. That hadn't come up before. Okay. And because I knew how to get out of it, yeah, I had a panic attack and it was the teacher's job to lead me out of it, which they did very effectively. But I knew that if they weren't able to do that, I could absolutely do that. And then I was told to do it again so that the teacher could repeat. And yes, it was a full-on panic attack and fully got out of it and felt fresh as a daisy afterwards. It's also a wellness thing. So it's not just for acting. The German government pays the PEM people to do workshops in Germany that are funded by the government to help with emotional wellness in civil servants and all sorts of people. And it's also being developed. It's in development right now to help people with PTSD. I have a friend who is an anesthesiologist and stand-up comedian, and he is on the spectrum. And he flew down to San Francisco, and there was a workshop being done there. And he said, I've been doing workshops to try and figure myself out for decades. and this is the one that made sense. So I just couldn't be more excited about it. So that film on Sunday, I got attacked 3 different ways, and then I had to murder my assailant, and it was a blast. And then in October, I'm going to be running away from Bigfoot, and I can't wait to scream my head off and be terrified. Because I know it's going to be fun and I'll be able to recover so I can just let it all out. And it's really refreshing too after you go through the exercises. So I do them every day and I feel like it's just helping me become a better actor and a healthier person every day. And self-tapes are way more fun. I'm Gin Hammond. If you want to learn more about how I can support you vocally, then go to allthingsvoice.net and sign up for a free half-hour consultation.